Z-man.
Really good to meet you, man.
Z-man,
I've been following you on Twitter for God knows how long.
Yeah.
My kids don't see me as a doctor, but my wife is a practicing radiologist.
Yeah.
And so they always ask her the medical questions.
Yes.
I'm hurt. I'm like, I'm an internist.
Hold on. Yeah.
What am I?
What am I?
There's like, no, you're a rapping clown on YouTube. Well, that's cool too, but it doesn't feel the same as all the med school I went to. So you pursue art and the humanities and all that out of your own interest?
Yeah. I mean, my mother is an artist. So I grew up with the smell of oil paint in the house, and I wasn't a great drawer, but I was really good at painting, which is a different way of making shape rather than linear. And my art in so many ways did inform all my discoveries about blood flow, how you measure blood flow, how you measure flow into the muscle. But that's science. Who cares about science? I mean, much more important is the human aspect. And the reason I paint doctors a lot, and you know this too, is we've been commoditized, and to re-elevate the personhood of these people and their humanity, you know, every little spot on their face, right? We've lost that. We went into medicine, it was maybe a little bit for the science of medicine, but for the art of medicine, people like you and and I just want to see us get back to the art of medicine.
Man, that's beautiful and inspiring, and it makes me think about there is the intersection of art and science. I think they serve each other, but even just art for its own sake as a physician or a healthcare professional is so important, because we have to remember, like what I see of you right now, you know, a suit and a face, and we're connecting.
It's not what I look like at home, but
but it's an icon. It's a construction in my own.
It's a mask.
It's a mask. What's inside there, only you have access to. How do you bring that out for others to see what's in your mind? When you painted that cloud of the dye, it brought out something that was an internal experience and externalized it for others to share. And I think what you said about doctors, where we've been commoditized, they've sucked away the connection.
Correct.
So the way we're sitting right now, even now, looking eye to eye, we're seeing past the mask a little bit into what's actually going on. Now, that's a magical thing. If we can do that with our patients. The thing is, we treat our patients like the mask. Like they're the icon, and we're manipulating them on a desktop. But we are forgetting the other dimension of that, which is their own internal conscious experience, which is so important. And we talk about it in terms of placebo effect and COMT alleles and things like that. But it is a fundamental piece of it. And you don't have to be woo-woo like Deepak Chopra or anything weird. You just have to take care of patients for a day, and you realize that that's an important part.
Well, we've taken 10 to 25% of the treatment effect off the table by not being a healer, by not using the placebo effect to our advantage, you know, by our excess focus on detached concern. Yes, I understand that. I understand that in a cath lab, you can't get overly emotive, or you're going to, you know, be overwhelmed by emotion at a moment when you have to do something technical and everything.
Very different,
Very different. But when you're sitting in that office with the patient, they're really looking for context of what's going on. They're really looking for someone to feel with them. And you're right, I think the 5-minute visit and everything, the EHR and the screen between, you know, it's just all a disaster. I mean,
It is, and the thing is, it's all fixable. I interviewed Sam Shem, Stephen Bergman. And he is passionate about this. That we've gone from this kind of beautiful connection, even in his House of God days, to this just dehumanization. And we together have to resist it. We have to stand up together as a tribe. You know, we are this very powerful group that has been defanged. And I think we need to bring
corporatization.
Corporatization, that's really what it is. And look, I love America, I love corporations. But for the practice of medicine, unless they're serving the fundamental relationship, they're doing a disservice.
How are we going to heal medicine?
You're already on Twitter crushing the game, spreading the word as much as you can. We create a virtual tribe on social media, which we've tried to do, where we have these discussions and we kind of broadcast this thing. We have meetups like this where people start to exchange these ideas, the humanity of medicine, Schwartz rounds, these kind of things where people are really connecting with what it means to be a doctor, because that purpose, when it's sucked away, you're much more likely to end up on the dialysis of moral injury, which is burnout.
We need to create some sacred places within conventions like this where people, like I'd bring a I'd bring a canvas and I'd start painting, and you know, just people come up, we'd start talking, and maybe journals dedicated to physicians who do rap, who do art, who do something other than medicine to bring back some of that.
There's a Doc Ronan Kavanaugh who runs a conference called .med, and the whole purpose of that conference is to shine a light on the humanity within medicine. And they open up and people behave in ways that are unprofessional because, you know, they're crying and they're connecting.
Sure.
It's a beautiful thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, good to be back in California. I lived out here for 3 years, and so I view it as my second home. So.
And you're at Harvard now, are you?
Oh God, let's not go there.
I mean, my wife is a Harvard, and she never lets me forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like a Berkeley guy.
Dude, good seeing you.
What a pleasure, man.
All right,
really good to connect.
All right.
Yeah, thanks again.
Take care.
Yeah.
Dog.